Welcome to Only Good Heroes. I'm your host, Lucia Nazzaro, and on this show, we are highlighting incredible people and organizations making a huge impact in their community and our world during these challenging times. On today's show, we are welcoming the co-founders of Austin Harvest, Keith Tankson and Azaria Baker. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah. Can you tell our watchers who don't know what Austin Harvest is?
Austin Harvest is a way so we can give back to our community and our neighborhood some of the necessities that I didn't have over the past decades. And we're here to serve our community that we were raised in, to give it a better future and also hope in time of distress, for I can say.
And this is a time where we all do need a lot of hope. How did it get started? What was the timeline? And also physically, how did this all happen?
So after seeing the effects of like all the rioting and the looting and just like the traumatic events displayed on all of our screens, it was kind of just like a matter of how do we move on? How do we heal from so much distress and chaos? And one of the things we knew we wanted to do was heal Austin first, heal the people that live here and heal this community. And the way we thought about going to do that was building up a fresh market, because Austin is a food desert. And just as we like traveled through this experience, it's just been like so eye-opening as to how much this community really needed it, not just for fresh produce, but like for a laugh and for a smile. Like one of the most incredible things about Austin Harvest is that we create our own atmosphere. Like you walk in and it's barrels and laughs and it's smiles, and we give hope to so many people.
Austin's a food desert. So for people that don't know, can you explain what a food desert is?
A food desert is basically a community or neighborhood that doesn't have access to fresh produce or food necessities. We realize that it's a problem, and we're working every day to change that.
What services do you offer, and why those services in particular? How did that all come to fruition?
All right, some of the services that we provide produce, the main thing, just so we can bring some stuff that we didn't have in our community and just make it more accessible for our neighborhood, just so we can make our healthier environment. Also, we provide flowers just to brighten up somebody's day for just usual occasions, or even just a simple gift, just so we can bring a little more smiles into our neighborhood.
If someone is in need of your services, how are the products distributed, and how does that work logistically?
So they come up to the store, they take a walk around, and we have 10 young adults that's ready to serve and help them out whatever they need. We take our produce bags and we bag up anything that they need. Also tell them about like other things that's going on in our community, and just give them a good conversation so they can just feel like they're welcome and be accustomed to the atmosphere that we're trying to provide.
What skills have you both learned from this experience?
There's been a lot of like business and beneficiary skills as far as like customer service, like learning how to run a business, like money management. But we've also learned just like how to connect with people and like how to be leaders. And one of the most impactful things has been creating your own space. People walk in and it's completely different from what you see anywhere else. Like we're laughing with you, we connect with our customers, we're giving you recipes like as to what you want to do when you take this home this green tomato, or we're asking you about your day. Like even at the flower station, I have the privilege of talking to so many people, and it's just beautiful to see that like so many lives walk in and out of our market, and that gets better when they're here. 10 months ago, I would have never guessed that I built up an entire pop-up market with some of my closest friends and some of our biggest supporters. Like, that's just surreal. It's really taught me to value myself and my ideas, and to not just stop at an idea, but make that dream happen. Like, we've had so many supporters, but it's also been because we're here for a good cause. So as somebody who considers myself an activist, like, fighting for what you believe in and continuously going out of your way to kind of achieve that.
And just see how much of a change that it really made, and how much of an impact it caused for not just us, but our whole community, and how it can just change the perspective of how people look on young African American people and how much change we can do and how much influence we can do just at a young age.
What are some of the stories that have stayed with you about the impact that you're really making on people's lives?
It was one gentleman. He lives like, I guess, in the back of the store. There's like a block behind it. And he said he's been living here since 1965, and he's never seen this community change. And this has been the hope, like, that he's finally getting to experience. And we've helped fund it, just like so many people within our community.
Now, I know there's been some big names involved in raising money to help start this project. Can you tell us about who was involved and how they helped get this started?
Actually, it's been quite a few people. We have one of our close friends, Sam Acho. He really was a key factor of making this happen. He did a lot for us and just stuck with us the whole way through. We had the Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She came in to support.
What's ahead for Austin Harvest? What are some goals that you have for it moving forward?
I mean, we hope to be, I'm saying hope, but we make things happen. So
Yeah.
we plan to be a permanent building and a permanent market. But Austin Harvest really doesn't just stop at a fresh food market. You know, we're people who have a dream and a hope for this community. We want to see things progress. So even after our real market is built up, like, the dream and the hope and the love we have for Austin is going to be carried out through our entire lives. I feel like this experience kind of expanded my idea of family. Like, I've been by the hand with a lot of the fellow, like, coworkers here I've been by the hand since first grade. I've known them for most of my life, but this experience is something that binds you for life. I really feel like I've learned so much about the people that work here and the people in this community. Like, it's just an experience that you would never see. And every morning I wake up and I love coming into work. And it's just like that and powerful feeling.
Well, we would like to, on behalf of Only Good Heroes, donate $100 to Austin Harvest, just to say thank you for the work you're doing and recognize the work that you're doing in your community.
Thank you so much.
Keith Tankson, Azaria Baker, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us once again.
And for more inspiring stories, make sure to head over to OnlyGood.tv. You can follow us on Instagram at OnlyGood.tv. We'll be back soon with more Only Good Heroes.